So in technology news this week, the China story probably continues. If last week it was India, this week it's America. The Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has made a lot of noises about TikTok and privacy issues. And not only him, a lot of US officials have gone on about data issues, privacy issues, spying issues. So while we don't know for sure, it could be that the US is also getting ready to ban TikTok. So this would be one of the rare occasions where India is taking the lead. And I had said in my last edition, 20 years back, India had put Huawei under the scanner. And in the last 20 years, a lot of countries have come down on Huawei. Similarly, India was the first country to ban 59 Chinese apps, including TikTok. And now it seems that other countries might follow, especially if the US does it, then other countries will follow. In fact, in a way it's a sad thing because TikTok has had a sensational run. I mean, it was people don't know it was launched in just 2016, and the global launch happened in 2018 after its merger with Musical.ly. So in such a short time, it crossed 500 million monthly active users. That's quite a lot, but looks like its march has been stopped. But then if TikTok goes, I mean, there's no shortage of companies who are trying to fill in the vacuum. So one of them is Instagram. Instagram Reels launched in India and it's a 15-second video. Instagram is already popular. It has more than 1 billion users. So let's see what happens. And also there is the impending launch of YouTube Shorts. So if you are a TikTok artist, if you love TikTok, then there's no need to despair. The alternatives are coming. Instagram, YouTube, let's see. In fact, everyone is trying to come out with some alternative of the other. Even Tinder. Tinder is coming out with a video chat service. And then even like last time if Jio launched Jio Meet, then now Reliance has launched Jio Chat as an alternative to WhatsApp. So as we can see, I think the apps are going to flood the market. Indian apps, American apps. And of course, another thing that happened was that the Indian Army soldiers were given a list of 89 apps that they shouldn't use. Now, if apart from the usual suspects like TikTok, I mean the list is quite long. It includes Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, PUBG. I mean even PUBG is included. Zoom. Zoom, mind you, is an American company like Instagram and Facebook. Reddit, Tumblr, Tinder, even Truecaller, and even Daily Hunt. So I mean the Indian Army soldiers don't have access to all these apps. So again you must be asking why all this is happening. The key issue is data. I mean, it's a cliche now that data is the new oil, but data is the issue, and in fact, data sovereignty. So basically, every country in the world, all of the citizens have so much data. So now governments are looking at data sovereignty. So basically, every country wants to secure the data of their own citizens, and that is the real issue here. It's not about China. I mean, I am sure the Indian government would not be happy with so much user information, even with the American government. I mean, probably today the American and Chinese governments may know more about the Indian citizens than the Indian government itself. Why? So I think that is the issue. And we may see like you have Make in India, you may have like Keep in India, like Keep in India, Keep in America, Keep in China. What that means is keep your data in India, keep your data in America. So I think Keep in India is going to be a new slogan, not just Make in India. And every country will follow suit. That is why you can see even Google is making so many privacy changes, ad policy changes. It is for this very reason. In fact, the US government is coming out with a Utah data center, which is like a separate township with its own power plant, and it probably can handle 10 exabytes of data. So now I think data is where the action is. India is among the highest guzzlers of data in the world. So I think maybe the Indian government should also follow suit and start supersizing its data centers. And in fact, even the data centers are taking off in a big way. Oracle has launched its second data center in India in Hyderabad, and they have big plans. You may remember Amazon Web Services already came out with AWS Outposts, which is a new product that brings its cloud infrastructure to on-premises data center. So there's a lot of action on the data front. Then the second action is on online education. Online education is a huge booming industry and it's going to get big. And it is but natural that mergers and acquisitions will also take place. So Unacademy is looking to acquire Mastery and Prep Ladder. And in the past also, now you see Byju's was also looking to White Hat Junior and Doubtnut. And everybody is getting into the picture. Microsoft Teams is also targeting remote learning. They have come out with a together mode where you feel as if you're sitting in an auditorium. So a lot of people don't like the Zoom chat. It's it's in squares, it's the shape. So now they're coming out with a virtual auditorium look. So if you are students, and the screen will resemble a virtual auditorium. So Microsoft hopes that will help them. They also are coming out with chat bubbles and things like that to make it more friendly. Even Apple has launched a free coding course for teachers. The reason for that is that online education is going to be a huge thing in the future. So, for example, I'll quote Scott Adams. Scott Adams had said that probably physical colleges will shut down in the US, and the online education industry will be the biggest in the world. While it sounds like hyperbole, the creator of Dilbert has got a lot of his predictions right. To put that in perspective, the student debt in US is 1.5 trillion. Yeah, you heard that right, 1.5 trillion, which is not even the GDP of many countries. It wasn't even with the GDP of India some time back. So everything was fine, but in the corona crisis, you have a 1.5 trillion debt, and classes are not happening, foreign students are being sent home. So you get it, as a business proposition, US education is collapsing, and that could affect the rest of the world. Now mind you, I am not talking of online classes, which have been going for ages, and I am not even talking for schools. Colleges, online live class colleges, that's the future, and that's where the action is going to be. So then again, coronavirus, another interesting piece of news was Real Existence. Real Existence is a Japanese company which has come out with VR powered social distancing robots that will stack shelves in Japanese shops. So we are going to see a lot of such innovations because thanks to this no touch technology, a lot of action is happening behind the scenes. There are a lot of action is happening towards robots, towards drones, towards driverless cars, because pandemics could be in the future also. Like for example, COVID-19 is actually SARS-2. What happens if SARS-3 comes? What happens if something else 1 comes? So basically, we have to be ready that if a pandemic happens, you have to be ready with an electronic no-touch ecosystem. It could be with drones, it could be with driverless cars, it could be like this, VR-powered social distancing robots. So in a future, if you have a 3 months lockdown, we are ready for the lockdown. We'll sit at home and the robots and drones, everything will take over. So expect a lot of such things to happen in the future. That will take time. And finally, continuing on this Chinese ban thing, the Redmi Note 9 is launching this month. So let's see how it is taken. I mean, usually, there's a rush to buy and it gets sold out in days. So let's see what happens. So we'll know how it happens. So thank you.